Hey bro, so if you don't know me or if you don't know my story or anything, I'll just introduce myself quickly. I'm Sam Millison, hello. I'm 15. I make money online by helping others do coaching essentially. And I've been pretty successful in it, but for the past few months I've been in a really bad rut. I uploaded a video yesterday. This is actually the first time I've recorded in a long time. I'm just coming back from my rut now. And I uploaded a video yesterday just explaining everything about the rut. But essentially the past few months I've been in a really bad rut. And now today I'm coming back for it, and I've decided to share all the lessons I've learned from being in, so I don't even want to call it a rut because it's been that bad, but today I'm going to share all the lessons that I've learned. Well, I've got 8 of them that I've just scripted out now that I want to share with you from what I've learned from being in this really terrible rut, by far the worst rut I've ever been in my life. And so yeah, we might as well get into it. And the first lesson I want to share that I've learned is that a rut can happen to anyone at any time, and that you aren't invincible. Because look, when I got in this rut a couple months ago, I was kind of in a period of like being in like a little, it wasn't like a proper rut, I was in like a mini rut, I was in like a low period. The way business works and everything is like you get high periods and you get low periods, and that's just natural, that's just how stuff works. And I was in a pretty low period for business, but at the same time I was also more focused on like, going biking and stuff like that, like just going out, living my life, going out with friends and stuff like that. And so I was focused more on like biking and just having fun, if that makes sense, living life, and less focused on business. And so essentially what happened was I went on this biking trip to Bike Park Wales, which is like a big mountain bike park and everything. And I basically really hurt my thumb, essentially just broke it. And it stopped me from being able to bike, it stopped me from being able to work out and do like loads of other stuff. And it really just pushed me off, if that makes sense. It's like I was on the verge of going into a rut with business. Like, how do I put this? Like, the way it works for me is I don't go into a rut for everything, I just go into a rut for one specific thing. So in this rut, like, I've still like 90% been on self-improvement. I've still been working out, either working out at home or going to the gym. I've still been going out on my bike, going for runs and stuff, and I've still been doing my self-improvement, meditation, ice baths, cold showers and everything. Like, I haven't fallen off that. I just fell off like doing business work, if that makes sense. And I was like, before I went out, how do I put this? Like, before I went out to go on my biking trip, I was in a period of like being in a rut for business. I was still on my self-improvement grind. And essentially what happened was, when I broke my thumb and everything, well, I didn't actually broke it, it was called a recurring dislocation or something like that. Basically I just ripped all the like soft tendons and stuff from my thumb, so I couldn't use it. And when I broke my thumb, it kind of like just pushed me off the edge where I could no longer work out or go on my bike, and that kind of just pushed me off the edge of being on this like business, like kind of like, how do I put it? Imagine it's like a cliff, and I was like just on the edge of the cliff with business and if I fell down the cliff I'd be in the rut. And breaking my thumb basically just pushed me off the edge of this cliff into becoming into a business rut, and that just spiraled, and I kept like falling down the hill, if that makes sense. I kept rolling down the hill, spiraling, going deeper and deeper, like one bad thing leads to another. It's like I don't upload one day, that causes me to not upload the next day, and that causes me to not upload for the next week, and then that causes me to stop doing any sort of business work. It stops me to stop doing this, that, and it kind of just like spirals out of control. And that's another point I've got, I'll go into later. But essentially my point is, like, I felt like I was in a fairly good period. Okay, I was in a fairly good period of business. It was pretty successful. I was by far the, like, how do I put it, it's like I was really successful. I was really happy with my success because I'd made my first couple $1,000s and everything, and a good like recurring monthly income, good clients and everything like that, and I was really enjoying it. And I wasn't really expecting to get into a rut. I never actually thought about it happening and what it could do to me. But then it did happen, and it was kind of unexpected, if that makes sense. But the point is, like, it can happen to anyone at any time. Like, you've probably seen Hamza on his video saying he fell off and everything. And another guy, I kind of know, I haven't spoke to him in a while. What's his name? Darcy Porter's his name. He's from Australia. Another kid on, I was gonna say another kid on self-improvement, another kid around, I think he's a bit older than me actually, doing business and stuff. I haven't spoke to him in quite a while, but I saw he uploaded a video basically saying he fell off. And I think a lot of people have been in ruts because the summer started, and this just naturally happens. Like, when you finish school and you've got a big summer holidays, big summer break, then it kind of just naturally just puts you into a bit of a rut, because you lose your routine of school like anchoring you there, and then you've got to try and like scramble to find a new routine. And I find that a lot of people, when the summer starts and stuff, they just naturally get into ruts, and it kind of affects me sometimes. But I was already in this rut before my summer holiday started, and it didn't really make a difference when they did start. I just want you to understand that a rut can happen to you at any time, anywhere, to anyone. Yeah, some random event could happen. Like, you could have a family member that passed away tomorrow for some random accident that happened. Like, one of your family members or friends could get in a car crash and literally pass away tomorrow, and then that could cause you to fall into a rut, fall into a depressive state, and that could cause you for the next couple of months to be in a pretty bad rut. Yeah, that could happen at any time. Yeah, so what you have to do, you got to take I can never say this word, preventative action. Yeah, you've got to prevent stuff like this happening. You've got to have systems in place for when you start to fall into one of these ruts, it can really just like help you out of it, like kind of like a safety net. And one of the ways you can do this is through accountability. Now, I probably should have set up some sort of accountability thing earlier, but this is a lesson I've learned. Get a close friend or someone who's on self-improvement, who's doing business with you or whatever, to basically just if you stop being productive and you start falling into a rut, you got to basically get them to help you out of it. So I've got a friend, Vincent. He lives, I don't even know where he lives anymore. He keeps moving around. I think he's in Florida right now. But and he's kind of like the David Goggins mindset, discipline guy. He still gets some ruts himself, obviously. And I know it's happened to him before, where he's had, like, obviously everyone has a lot highs and lows. It's not like he's perfect or anything, but he's probably one of my good close friends online and everything. And he's really, really good at calling people out on their shit, forcing people to be accountable on everything. And what I should have done, and what I'm gonna do now, is basically kind of set up a system with him where it's like, I'll tell him, like, if I stop uploading daily, for example, if I stop doing business work, if I stop making posts on my community and stuff like that, then you just force me to get back into it. Because if I stop uploading daily, that's kind of like a sign of me falling into a rut. And so I want him to, when he sees that sign, then help me out of this rut. So it's like, because you know when you fall into a rut, it's kind of like you do it silently. You don't really tell people about it, or maybe you do, but like you don't like ask for that much accountability. If you have a system in place where like accountability is forced upon you, so that when you start falling into a rut, you've already got a close friend there who's going to ask you how you're doing and like call you out on your stuff to make sure you actually don't fall into this rut. That can be really, really helpful, and it can really help you stop falling into a rut. That's just an idea I've come up with, and that's what I'm going to put into place now. So I'm going to go message Vincent after this and basically just say, like, if I stop uploading daily, help me out of the rut. Because if I stop uploading daily, it basically means I've kind of fallen off this high of getting out of the rut, and I then want him to help me back onto that high, if that makes sense. I don't know, my recording skill isn't the best right now because I haven't recorded in quite a while. But then we have point 2, and that's it. It's normal and it happens to literally everyone. That's kind of in line with the first point as well, but it can happen to everyone. I already mentioned it before, like Hamza, he's been in the rut himself. It's like he made that video, like, I fell off self-improvement. Like, it can happen to literally everyone. It happened to me. Yeah, everybody looked up to me as this cool kid. He's young, making money online and everything, and guess what? I went in a pretty bad rut for a couple of months. Yeah, it can happen to anyone. Literally anyone, okay? So don't think that it can't happen to you, because this point really is the same as the first point. It can happen to you, okay? And it can happen to everybody, and it's also normal as well. Yeah, you shouldn't feel, well, you should obviously feel ashamed. That's just normal. Shame is honestly, it's a really, really bad feeling when you feel shame, and I'll get into that as well later on. But you shouldn't feel like it's not normal, and you shouldn't feel like you failed in total, if that makes sense. You shouldn't feel like you've overall failed, because you still have more chances, and this is just another point that I'll get onto eventually. But it's normal. It's normal if you get into a rut, okay? It happens to literally everybody, and when you're in a rut, you just have to focus on getting out of the rut. Yeah, don't overthink being like, oh no, I'm in a rut. No, you just gotta fucking get out of it. Yeah. And I know you don't always feel like you can, and I'll get into, I'm just adding more and more points onto what I'm going to say later on, but it's normal to get into ruts, okay? Don't beat yourself up for being in one, because you will eventually get out, and I'll get into that later. But yeah, it's normal to be in ruts. That's essentially it. Now, my third point is that it spirals, and one bad thing leads to another, okay? And this is really what happened with me, because I stopped uploading daily, and then that eventually caused me to stop posting as much on my school community, and then it essentially led into me not doing many calls, and then eventually it all just stopped in total. And then that caused me to not do any business work in total for maybe a day or two, and then that caused me to not do any business work for a couple months. Yeah. One bad thing leads to another, and it also, that's basically what a spiral means. It's like you go down one bit, and then that leads to the next bit, then it leads to the next bit. That's how, like, it spirals downwards. Yeah, one bad thing leads to another. But it also works the same way, where one good thing leads to another. So me recording today, me recording the first video then led to me recording this next video. I was only planning to record one video when I came out here, but I've recorded this one as well because the first good thing led to another. Now I'm probably going to go home and I'm going to process these videos and I'm going to edit them, and then I'm probably going to go make a school post on my community explaining where I've been and apologizing, and then I'm probably gonna, I don't even know what I'll do after that. I'll probably just go for a workout or something like that after, and one good thing just leads to another. That's how spiraling works. And with ruts, most of the time, 99% of the time, it's like it's not just like you're never just in the rut like that. It's never just like you're super productive one day, the next day you wake up and you feel bad so you don't do anything. That never really happens. If you're consistent and you've built up discipline, that doesn't happen. It only happens where it's like one slight thing just slips a little bit and that causes the next thing. So maybe you just wake up 20 minutes later or something like that one day, and then you just feel a little bit tired that day because you overslept a little bit and you didn't get your morning routine perfect, and then that leads in the evening to you not having as good a workout, and then that leads the next day to you feeling ashamed for not having a better workout, and so you don't feel as motivated to carry on doing the good things the next day, and then it just like, you see what I mean? It just spirals downwards and downwards and downwards, and it's slowly just go fall off the cliff of being productive. Like one small thing can just cause everything to slip. It's kind of like, I don't know, like an avalanche in a way. Like one small little slip leads to another slip and then another slip, and it eventually all just comes crashing down all at once. That's really how a rut works, and it spirals down. One bad thing leads to another. But like I said, in the same way, one good thing leads to another. So you just have to understand that every time you're tempted to do the bad thing, just understand that if you do the bad thing now, it only makes it easier for you to do the bad thing next time. And if you do it that time, it only makes it easier for you to do it the next time. And that's how you get addicted to stuff as well. Like once you do something once, it becomes so much easier to do it again. And then that also applies to the good things. It's like recording one video makes it so much easier to go and record another video. And then that makes it so much easier to go and do another video. It makes it so much easier to go and do a good thing afterwards. That's just how spiraling works. Like one bad thing leads to another bad thing, one good thing leads to another good thing. So you basically just have to choose a good thing, and that'll make it easier for you to do the good things in the future. Point 4, you hate doing the bad things and absolutely love doing the good things. Okay, when I first started recording my first video before this one, where I basically just explained like how I've been and everything and apologized, I just kind of got this feeling of like, I absolutely love doing this, okay? Because if I was still at home right now and just watching some stupid YouTube, not doing anything productive, avoiding business work, I wouldn't feel good. I wouldn't be able to respect myself. I wouldn't have respect for myself. I'd feel shame. And shame is just, it's such a bad emotion when you feel shame, when you can't respect yourself. It's so horrible when you can't respect yourself. And sorry, what was the point again? And you just hate it. You hate it. Whether you're doing whatever bad habit, eating junk food, playing video games, whatever you're doing, if you know you're not supposed to be doing it, you just can't do it. It's like when people are getting on self-improvement, it's like usually going for self-improvement depression stage, because it's like you've learned that doing the bad things is bad, and you know you should do the good things, you still haven't built up a discipline to do the good things and to not do the bad things, and so you're essentially just stuck doing the bad things, knowing they're bad, and that causes you to not respect yourself, and you end up just like feeling like shit constantly, because you know you should be doing the good things, yet you're not doing them, and then that causes you to lose respect for yourself. And that's the same as a rut. It's like you're not doing the good things and you're doing the bad things, and you know you shouldn't be doing the bad things. That causes you to lose respect for yourself, and you end up just hating doing the bad things because it makes you hate yourself, yet you still do them because you're just in a way addicted and you just can't get out because you're in that loop of just doing them. You understand what I'm saying, right? I don't know, I'm asking you that, you can't answer, but it's a freaking video. But you hate doing the bad things. When you're in a rut, just think back to when you've been in a rut before. Every single time you do a bad thing, you absolutely hate it, don't you? Just think about it. You don't actually truly enjoy it. You don't have a smile on your face while you're doing the things, are you? You're scrolling on TikTok or some stupid stuff like that. Like, you're not actually smiling while you're doing it. You're just getting the low level stimulation which you don't even enjoy. You're just addicted to. But when you actually do the good things and you go out and you record and you make your videos, or you do your business work, or you do your self-improvement, you actually really enjoy doing it. It's like recording this out, I'm smiling, bro. I'm smiling. I love getting into the state of recording and explaining stuff. Like, I absolutely love it. I love it. I adore it. Okay, it's so sick doing this. I'm smiling right now. I haven't smiled like this in so long. Like, I haven't genuinely smiled like this in so long. And And that's because I love doing the good things. And yes, it's a bit hard. It's a bit like mentally tiring for me to record right now, but I love it. I absolutely love it. And I'm so glad that I'm doing this right now. And I respect myself right now, because I'll get into this point later, but it allows me to come back to my old self-image of being that productive guy, of being that successful guy. So just understand that you absolutely hate doing the bad things and you absolutely adore doing the good things. Point 5, it doesn't just affect you, it also affects everybody around you. Like I said in my previous video, if you've watched it, I apologize to everyone I've affected by like going in this route, because I know I was helping so many people. I know I was inspiring people, because obviously I've built up a success at my age and everything, and it really inspired people. And I don't want to sound arrogant here, but I was a limiting belief breaker for a lot of people, okay? And that's just a fact, and I really do apologize for going in this route and just failing you, because I'm pretty sure if I hadn't gone in this route and I kept on building success, I would have inspired more people and inspired those people more and caused those people to, by people I mean other guys like me who are trying to do online business and stuff, I would have caused them to become more motivated and build more success in themselves by being a limiting belief breaker. And the fact that I haven't done that, it's really let those people down. Okay, and it's really affected them. And the people in my community too. It's like I've let them down too, because I was helping them and then I just stopped. And it's like they've now made less progress because of me, because I was helping them, then I stopped. And now they've made less progress because of that, and that's my fault, okay? So it hasn't just affected me, this rut. This rut has affected everybody around me, okay? It's affected my whole circle and everything. It's affected everyone because I was helping them, and now I'm not, or I wasn't, and then that's obviously affected them. It's like, imagine you're in a tribe in caveman times. I love this analogy. You're a tribal man in caveman times, and you're part of a tribe, and in your tribe you're one of the best hunters there, and you provide a lot of food for your tribe, for everyone in your tribe, and then suddenly one day you just stop. You just stop going out hunting, you just stop providing food. That affects everybody else, because now the other hunters have to work harder. Now the other hunters have to put in more effort to get more food, and now there's less food. So for all the women and children, they now have less food because you've stopped hunting. And it's affected everybody else around you. It's not just affected you, because obviously you feel terrible for not going hunting or whatever, for not providing. But now it's also affected everyone else, because now everyone else has less food and everyone else has to work harder because you've gone away. It affects everybody around you and not just you. So just understand that. Just understand that in a way it's selfish. It's like, this is kind of like, it's not the best. In fact, what am I saying? People who commit suicide, people who commit suicide, it's usually one of the most selfish things they ever do, okay? Because just imagine that you, this is a pretty bad thing, but just imagine that you killed yourself one day, how your family would react to that. They wouldn't, they'd hate themselves, okay? They'd hate themselves because of you, because of your actions. They would hate themselves, okay? Because they'd feel responsible for it, and they'd be so sad, and they'd be overwhelmed with so many bad emotions because of your actions. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, and obviously that's a pretty extreme analogy for it, but it's like your actions, they don't just affect you, they affect everyone around you. Just understand that, okay? And that can also act as another stage of accountability. It's like, if your family, if your friends, if everyone around you is being affected by you being in this rut, that's just another thing that helps you out of the rut. And point 6 is that everybody gets out of a rut in their own way. Other people, like I got some advice from Hamza himself. I went on a call with him and everything, and he tried to help me out this rut. This was probably about a month and a half ago or so. It was quite a while ago. And he basically just told me that the way he gets out of his ruts is just like bang, just snap like that. Just wake up early one morning, have a really good productive day, and just kind of force yourself out of it really quickly. And so, like, obviously if you do one good thing, it leads to another. So he was just saying, just do loads of good things really quickly and force yourself to spiral outwards. And that's what I tried doing. But what actually happened when I did that, and I think it'd be like 3 or so videos before this where I'm out in the countryside. I was actually like right over there recording a video while walking, talking about this rut and everything. And that was the morning I woke up at like 5 and just went out and and recorded. When I did that, I had a good morning, I had a good day that day. After school it wasn't actually that good. I went to the gym and everything, but after that I was just kind of lost. But then the next day I woke up and I just felt so tired. I felt so burnt out. I basically just snapped back even further to where I was before. It's like, you probably heard of the rubber band analogy. It's like, you're here. Like, imagine there's I don't know, a table, and you've got your finger. How do I explain this? it's kind of like the rubber band analogy. So imagine you got a rubber band, and it's like the rubber band is in one place. Then you stretch the rubber band out, yeah, to try and reach another bit. So maybe you're here and your goal is here, yeah, and the rubber band's here, yeah, and you try and stretch the rubber band out to reach your goal, but you just don't reach your goal, yeah, and so it snaps back, yeah, and it actually moves further back when it snaps back, if that makes sense. That's what happened to me. It's like I really stretched myself to have that really good morning, but then it snapped back and I went even further back and it pushed me even further into the rut. And that's what happened to me when I try and push myself out of it. And it's happened before. I've been in ruts before, especially last September. That was almost a year ago now. That's crazy. But I went on this trip to Japan, and before I went to Japan, I was in this really good period and everything. But after I came back from Japan, it kind of like it just messed me up in a way. Like, it pushed me out of my routine, and I still don't know really what caused me into the rut. But yeah, I just went into like a rut after that, and I didn't upload for like a month then. And yeah, that was probably my second worst rut ever last September. And everything I tried doing then, it was all around just like waking up early and going for a run in the morning and everything, and just like pushing myself out of it. And what I figured out that last September was that getting out of a rut for me, I don't do it fast, okay? If I try and do it fast, I just end up snapping back, and I've tried it multiple times. Every time I try and get out of a rut quickly, I just snap back. Whereas if I instead, how do I put this? Like, I write out my perfect day. So my perfect day could be wake up at 5, go out, record, go for a run, go out on my bike, like do whatever, go to the gym. And I'd like write down my perfect day of what I want to do in what order. And then every morning I just like wake up and try and work on doing that. So my perfect day, it would be something around like wake up at 5, 6, ice bath, go out, record, do some sort of business work, and I'd write that down, and every single day I'd just work on doing that. So maybe one day, instead of, I don't know, waking up at 11 or 10 or something, I'll wake up at 9 or 8, yeah, and I wake up just a bit earlier, and then I go out and record maybe one video, or I go out on my bike and just do a bit of exercise, and just try and work on reaching that perfect day, instead of just like, just doing whatever, yeah. It's like, the way I get out of my ruts is just by writing down my perfect day and then just working every single day, just trying to do a little bit more to reach that perfect day. Yeah, just making slow progress each day. That's the way I get out of my ruts best, and that's what I've learned about myself. You got to figure out the way you get out of ruts best. So maybe it's pushing yourself quickly, maybe it's doing it slowly, maybe it's doing this, maybe it's doing that. You got to figure out the way that you get out of ruts best, okay? And then every time you get into a rut, just do that, okay? So maybe you're in a rut now, okay? Get out now, yeah, figure out what you got to do now. It might take you a month or two, yeah, it might take you a week, I don't know what kind of rut you're in, but it could take you a month, it could take you a week, whatever. But just figure out what you need to do to get out of the rut, and then write that down, and so that next time when you're in a rut, yeah, you know what to do. And actually, like, having a journal, like, I basically journal on my phone every single day. Everyone says I journal on paper. I don't like it. I prefer to be able to type fast and get down on my thoughts really quickly, so I journal on my phone. And when I've been, like, I journal basically every single day. I don't think I've missed a day for like a year and a half, probably 2 years now, yeah. And it's just one of those things I actually enjoy doing, and so I never really miss it. I've maybe missed 1 or 2 days, I don't know. But what happens, like, when I'm in a rut now, I can look back at when I was in ruts before, yeah, and I can just figure out what I've done. I can reread my journal from months before and figure out what I've done. And so having a journal to like write down what you're doing to get out of a rut really helps you to get out of a rut next time. Point 7 is that you still have your self-image inside of you, and you have to use it, okay? Because think about your past self, okay? Your past self that was super productive. Like, think about the best time you've ever had in your life where you're super productive, making loads of progress. Just think about those times and think about how you viewed yourself, how your self-image was. You probably viewed yourself as like a really productive young man, really productive young guy, making progress, yeah, gonna make it big, yeah. That's probably how you saw yourself. That self-image is still inside you. You might have felt like you've lost it. You might feel right now like you're just a little loser kid. Yeah, you might feel like that right now, but guess what? That self-image of days gone by where you were super productive, that is still inside of you, and you can use it, okay? Because it is still inside of you. But one of the affirmations that I really like using, and it sounds really arrogant, is I'll just tell myself, I'm Sam Millison. I'm this young guy, super successful for my age, making money online. What the hell am I doing like here? Like, if I'm doing a bad habit or something like that, I'll just be like, what the hell am I doing here? I'm Sam Millison. What am I doing? I'm not supposed to be doing this, yeah. And it's like my self-image is still embedded like into myself, and so I can just like bring that self-image out and just be like, I'm this super productive guy. What the hell am I doing here? I'm supposed to be being productive right now. If you see yourself as just some loser kid that's not very productive and you're really undisciplined, then you're never going to become disciplined, are you? Yeah, you gotta see yourself as a disciplined person, okay? So don't what's the word, like, don't lie to yourself, okay? Don't fantasize to yourself about being some like super productive Chad guy, okay? Don't do that. You gotta like make yourself believe it, because if you just like, there's like broke people like that who like, what's it called, they'll do like manifestation, and every morning they'll look in the mirror and say to themselves, I'm a millionaire, and they expect to become a millionaire by doing that. It's like, you're not going to do that because you don't believe it. Your brain just rejects it, okay? Your brain doesn't believe it, and so it's never going to work. But if you tell yourself, instead of being like, okay, I'm a millionaire, instead of like, if you just tell yourself, yeah, I'm this young guy, okay, and I'm broke right now, okay, I'm not making much money right now, but I'm working towards it, and I'm working hard to make this money, and I am going to get some success soon. The success is going to come to me soon because I am working hard for it. If you tell yourself something like that, then that works much more better than just saying you're a millionaire, for example. And so just understand that those past times where you were super productive, yeah, really, really good self-image, that self-image is still inside of you, and so you just have to bring it out. You just have to realize, like, you were doing those good things before, why can't you do them now? Yeah, it's as simple as that. Self-image is so powerful. Use it. And my 8th and final point is that you will escape eventually, and it will happen, whether it be tomorrow, whether it be in a week, whether it be in a month, whether it be in a year. Yeah, you will escape this low period. If you feel like you're down bad right now, if you feel like your life is meaningless, pointless right now, you will get out of it. Understand that you will get out of it, because the fact that you're watching this video right now, the fact that you're like 20 minutes in or whatever, yeah, it just proves to you that you are actually going to do this. If you want something, you will get it. You already know that if you want this, you will get it. No matter how long it takes, you will get this. You will get out of this rut, and it will happen, whether it be tomorrow, a week, a year, whatever. Yeah, it's gonna happen because you are here, yeah, working towards it, and it will eventually happen. You're 20 minutes or so in this video. You are different from other people, okay? You're not like the other guys that just click on this video because they feel pretty shit right now, yeah, and just watch a couple of minutes, but then their attention span messes up and then they just click off. You're not like those guys, okay? You're different, okay? You are different, and you will eventually get out of this rut, okay? It will eventually happen. Yeah, it's taken me a couple of months to get out of my rut. You can do it too, okay? You can do it too, and it will eventually happen for you. So just realize that, bro. It's not all hope lost. All hope isn't lost. It's not pointless, okay? Everything you do right now has a meaning. Everything, I don't know where I'm going with this, okay? But just understand that you will get out eventually, okay? They were my 8 lessons of how to get out of rut. If you want to get help to start your own coaching, to basically start making money online yourself, and you want to get help from me, then click the top link in the description. It's literally the only link in the description. I've got all the information there where I can help. I can start coaching you to basically start making money online yourself. That's what I do, and I've already helped so many other guys doing it. So yeah, go click that link if you want to get help from me. And I hope this video served you well. I really enjoyed making this video for the first time in a long while. I've been recording for like an hour now, and yeah. See you in the next video. Goodbye.